Welcome to MD Bytes. In this video, we are going to see the work process of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP functions in Excel. Here in this worksheet, we have three sets of data. In column A, B and C, we have the records of employees of an organization, and in column E and F, we have certain data index values, and same has been provided horizontally in the first two rows of column H to column R. Now let's have a view on the records what we have in column A. And in column A we have the employee code, so probably the unique code for each and every employee of the organization, and these are the employee codes. And in column B we have salaries, the salary values of each and every employee based on their codes. And in column C we need to find out the tax rates, and this should be found based on the salary values, and these values will be retrieved from the data cells from column E and F, or from the cells provided horizontally in the first two rows of column H to R. So from here the values of the tax rates will be retrieved and placed in the cells of column C. So for this we will be using the salary value as the reference and searching in the values in column E and finding out the match approximately and fetch out the percentage from here to here. So based on it will be similarly searched in the horizontal table. The values will be searched in the first row for the approximate match. Upon identifying the respective percentage value in the row 2 will be found and will be retrieved and placed in column C if we use HLOOKUP. So let us start up with VLOOKUP function as an example equals. So we'll start up with VLOOKUP. So it pops up, open parenthesis, and first argument is lookup value. So lookup value is our salary value which is in B2. Now we go for the second argument by giving a comma. So the second argument is table array from where we are going to retrieve our value. So here column E and to F will be our second argument where we are going to fetch out the values from in here. And the third argument is column index number. So column index number is where we have the answers. Literally here in column F we have the answers which should be retrieved, and in here in this array table the column F is in the second position, column E in the first position. Since it is in second position we just give as 2, and if we have fourth argument, example if we have to have exact match, then we go for it, else we don't go for exact match, just we complete with approximate and close the parenthesis, enter. The answer is 6%. This value has been brought based on matching our lookup value with the cell values in column E, which approximately matches with this 12,000 and takes out the 6% to C2. Whereas the salary falls between 12,000 to 14,000. So 12,000 is found as approximate match, and now the same process has to be repeated for the other cells in column C using copy formula technique by referring the data cells in column E and F. So before making the copy formula, we need to make the cells column E and F to be absolute reference. For that, select the cells E and F and press function key F4 and make the cells to be absolutely referred, and then enter to get the result of the tax rate using VLOOKUP, and yeah, it's work. So now we do copy formula to the other cells in column C by making a double click in here. So now we can see the tax rates have been retrieved appropriately based on the lookup value which is our salary, and you can find out the values in here. Example, there's 15,060. So for that it falls between 14,000 and 16,000, which is 7% should be the tax rate. Yeah, it's work and it's appropriately found. So now let's do the same for HLOOKUP for these cells in column H to column R, and this is simple and similar. We just need to change the function name from VLOOKUP to HLOOKUP. So we need to change here just HLOOKUP here, and we go for the parenthesis and the first argument lookup value. So here B2 will be remain the same, and the cells, so for E1 to F11 we will be replacing with the cells from the row 1 value of H, column H to column R. So these are the cells will be referred for indexing. So now we just go for the third argument, which was column index, but now in here it is row index. So there column F, the second column was the reference value. Here the row index, the second row where we have the answers, will be the row index number. So since we don't have the fourth argument, we just enter. So this gives the 6%. So this is where we have entered. So to make copy formula, we just again select the cells and we click on function key F4 to make this cells as absolute reference. So we just click F4 and enter. So now we do enter here, make a double click to copy the formula, and you can see the answers, which gives the appropriate tax rates as provided in the horizontal table from column H to column R. Now let's see the other method of referencing the cell values in lookup functions, whereas the cell names shall be replaced with an array table name. So for that we need to create array table names for these data cells like vertical table or horizontal table, and we shall replace these cell names with the newly created array table names. For that, let us start with vertical table. Select the cells and place the cursor in the name box in here in the left hand side of the sheet and name the table as V table and just enter. Now these cells are referred as V table. Now we do the similar process for these data cells from column H to column R. We just select these cells and place the cursor in the name box, the left hand side of the sheet, and name it as H table and enter. So now these cells will be referred as H table. Now let us do modify in here in this function. So replace these cell names with the table array name, which is newly created. The name of the table is H table. Just type HT. You can see it pops up, and you just make a double click on the name. It will be placed in your function. So now the cells has been referred with the name of newly created table. Now let's do the same process for VLOOKUP. So just change the HLOOKUP function into V and replace this H table with V table, the newly created table array name for vertical table. So I just type VT, so you can see it's popping up. Make a double click and enter. So now this table, this VLOOKUP function has referred the newly created array table instead of the cell names. So this is how we do VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP functions in Excel.